Hello, welcome my viewers. Everybody, welcome. My name is Hall, otherwise known as Hallmet as well, but Hall is usually what I go with. And welcome to Wolfie World. Basics, advances, everything maybe? I have no idea what I'm gonna call this series yet, but hey, this is a series of videos where I will be showing you everything about World vs. World. The simple mechanics of the maps, the systems, the servers, to what everything is called, to certain strategies, to builds maybe, to everything. Today we are going to start off with a short video, hopefully, where I will talk about the following list of things: servers, linking, matchups, maps, and points. So the reason why we are on the character select is because I will show you the servers. What servers are your homeworld that you fight for in the Mist War, otherwise known as World vs. World. To know what server you are on, if you are on your character select, you can see right here it says it has current world, and for me it says a Gunner's Hold. Now I'm on Europe. I don't know really how the stuff on America goes, but pretty much just take my word for it. I sort of know what I'm doing maybe. So to know what server you are on, besides here, you can also see if you go to the world selection bottom left, it has a little house that it says this is your home world, and it says Gunner's Hold for me. Now there are 4 different populations when it comes to worlds. You have a medium world or server, you have a high server, a very high server, and sometimes you even have a full server like you have on NA right now. These servers depend, the population of the servers depend on the amount of World vs. World players that server has. PvE is not affected by this at all. So for example, I'm on Gunner's Hold, I could be playing PvE with someone from JC, and Seafarer's Rest, and Drakar's Lake, and Mindset Ridge all at the same time. Now, important to note is that the population that it says here is important to consider their transfer costs. So if you want to transfer to a different server to play with different people, or to play with your friends that you don't usually play World vs. World with, but PvE, you can click this button called transfer. If I wanted to transfer to Arbestone, which is a medium server, I would pay 500 gems. If I would go to Zagoner, which is a high server, I would pay 1,000 gems. If I wanted to go to Desolation, it is very high, I would pay 1,800 gems, and if it would be full, it would be none, because you cannot join that server. So there are 2 different types of servers. You have international servers. This is all European, by the way. You have international servers, and you have national servers. National servers are determined by the language that they speak. For example, Miller Sound is a German server, and that's why it says DE, because it's Deutsch, which means German. Vizuna is a French server, that's why it has an FR, and Berwick Bay has an SP because it is a Spanish server. So that's pretty much the general idea of servers. Now I'm going to go into server linkings, which I will have to go into the game for. So I will see you guys in the game in a second. So here we are in the game. We are in Lion's Arch, the hub of PvE pretty much, and if you want to see your World vs. World status of your server and all that other stuff, you press B, and you will get this little window here that says World vs. World or Mist War. Now, the server linking is determined by 2 factors. Well, 2 factors, more like it consists out of 2 servers. A linked server can determine 2 servers. You have a host server and you have a guest server. The host servers are all written down over here, and then the guest servers are what come after the little plus. To know if a server is a host server, you will see the name here and it has a little plus. So if you hover over it, you will see that Gunner's Hold has WvW, Drakar Lake has Miller Sound, and Aurora Glade has Ring of Fire. Drakar Lake and Miller Sound are together because they are both German servers. You can only have national servers with other national servers of the same nationality. You cannot have a German with a French server, or a French server with a Spanish or an international, etc., etc. It can only be German plus German, French plus French, and since there's only one, Spanish alone, and then international plus international. Matchups are determined by the point system and the tier system, which I will go into in another video. But the matchups that you are currently in will always be portrayed right here. As you can see, there are 3 servers here. You have the blue server, which is Gunner's Hold, which is my server. Then you have Drakkar Lake, which is the red server, and you have Aurora Glade, which is the green server. The guest servers will always be portrayed as the host server players. For example, if I would go into World vs. World now, and I would see a player from Miller's Sound in World vs. World, it would, instead of saying Miller's Sound Silver Veteran, it would say Drakkar Lake Silver Veteran, and vice versa. For them seeing Gunners, WvW players, it would be Gunner's Hold. Now, to go over the maps that exist in World vs. World, there you have the Eternal Battlegrounds, you have the Desert Borderlands, which is the red Borderlands, the blue Alpine Borderlands, the green Alpine Borderlands, Obsidian Sanctum, and Edge of the Mists. Edge of the Mists is an always accessible type of World vs. World that you can always join, and is not independent from your current matchup, and will always be matched up between the colors. So every blue server in their matchup will be able to play together against all the other reds and all the other greens. Note that this is only for EU and NA separated, so no EU plus NA can happen here, but you can have blue Spanish server with a blue German server plus a blue international server playing in this. Obsidian Sanctum is the jumping puzzle of Eternal Battlegrounds, and is also the place where guild versus guilds are being held, aka GVGs. Then you have Eternal Battlegrounds, where all 3 colors have their corners, and then you have the 2 Alpine Borderlands, which are home to their colors. So the blue Alpine Borderlands is home to the blue server, which is Gunner's Hold. The green one is home to Aurora Glade, the green server, which is Aurora Glade, and then you have the red Desert Borderlands that are home to Drakkar Lake in this matchup. To go over the maps, I will go over the maps, in a different video after this one. The map layouts, that is. Now the points. This is a quick overview of the points, where the one with the most points, the server with the most points, will win this matchup. And the matchups get reset every Friday at 7 PM UK Standard Time for Europeans, or 8 PM Central European Time, let's say, for the Germans or the Dutch people. That is at 8 PM on Fridays. Don't ask me anything about NA. I don't know anything about that. So, you can see that our server here right now is getting demolished, as in points-wise. Aurora Glade has 283,000, Drakkar Lake has 222,000, and Gunner's Hold has 145,000. Does that mean that we are bad players? No, maybe, but it's mostly because of population issues, but that is something for another year. No, that's not something that these videos are focused on. So, what the situation is with these maps, these points, is that every tick, you will get points. Also, per kill, you will also get points, which is known as PPK, point per kill, or the point per tick, which is also known as PPT. If you go to the detailed score, you can see the general points here. So you can see that it's easier to see here actually, that Drakkar Lake owns 102 of all the possible points. Aurora Glade has 92 of all the possible points, and Gunner's Hold has 58 of all the possible points, plus the percentages, so 40%, 36%, and 23%, respectively. Now, if you go to the detailed score, you can see more information about each borderland, like which server owns more on each borderland. You can see that Drakkar Lake owns most of the red borderland, that Gunner's Hold owns most of the blue borderland, and Aurora Glade owns most of the green borderland. And on Internal Battlegrounds, you can see that Aurora Glade owns most. But the most important and informative part of this score page is this here, the contested areas and the potential points. Here you can see what each server owns and how many points they will get from all that together and each individually. if you look over here, this is the general, so this is all that they own, is that the red server, Drakkar Lake, own 8 camps worth 2 points each, resulting in 16 points per tick, which is every 5 minutes. They own 9 towers, which will result into 4 points each, which is about 36 points, like in total, worth in tower points. Then yeah, they own 6 keeps, which each give them 8 points, which is another 48 points. Together, all this added up together will create 100 points. Now they just lost the camp, so they got 98 points now instead. Stone Mist Castle gives 12 points, which gives the most points of everything because there's only one structure of it. And right now, the green server owns it. I will go more in depth on these points and on the whole maps and everything else in the next video. This was just a quick introduction, even though this video is over 10 minutes long. I hope that you all enjoyed this video and are looking forward to more of this stuff. The next video will be about the maps, the names of each structure, the best way to go around them as well. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will hope to see you all next time. My name is Hall, and I hope you have a great day. Kill some people in Wolf vs. World. Enjoy everything.